Connecting. Uh-huh. Alright, hold up. Of course. And we're continuing the story from where we left off. Basically part 5. I don't know how long we're gonna go for it. Maybe 30 minutes? Maybe 20? Because I'm exhausted, to be honest. I am really tired from freaking editing Neptune as Sega. Oh, it gave me such a pain. Honestly, it really did. It really did. Wait, what does it say? Oh, man, it's bullshit. I'm sorry. Hold up, guys. Oh wow, I'm the only one doing. Okay. Oh, write it in. Despicable Me freaking trailer. It's out apparently. I don't want it to fall. Okay, there you go. Gonna drink a little bit of water. Did I throw? Yeah, I threw out the freaking other water bottle. Oh, excuse me. That's better. I can use this for the echo for a little bit. I'm not gonna be that much loud. It's fucking 3 in the morning. Suddenly, I don't even feel tired, but I do. I am. But like, fuck, dude. Oh, fuck me. Anyways. Yeah, last time, basically, we had a nice little good session on Crystalline. Basically, to summarize, we went to the Mage Guild. We met up with this new professor. I forgot. Arnpeng, and also Professor Xavier, which was pretty funny, honestly. Then we met this prestigious mage called Amelia. I forgot her last name. Then we went to the freaking another inn. Met up with Zach. Met up with Amelia. She says she knows where to go to the mysterious place called Ember Mist, which is the current location we are at right now. Along with that, made a little good travels. Went on a super train, bullet train, and before that, we also had a nice little dancing moment with Liana. Ooh. And also we went through the spooky little forest of sorrow, and we finally made it to Ember Mist. So yeah, that pretty much up to keep from the last episode. Let's see how long we can keep this up until I don't knock out. Hopefully, I still gotta work on some couple more pages on the next book series. So yeah, and the current book series. So enough of me rambling. Let's just continue the story. Their staffs are crossed, and the light seems to shimmer as it catches the negative space between the staffs. Is that some kind of magic?
Please state your business.
As students from the Mage Academy, we seek an audience with Elder Isim.
Oh. They looked us over, and I shifted uncomfortably under their gaze. Their blank eyes seemed to bury deep into my soul. They closed their eyes, and the red crystal inland in their staffs glow. The translucent glimmers increase. After a few minutes, they reopen their eyes and remain silent. I glanced at Leanna, who looks back at me. I whisper, "Are they gonna let us in?" She shakes her head uncertainly. Zack crosses his arms, but otherwise doesn't seem bothered by the situation. Amelia stands confidently and waits patiently. I guess things are going according to her plan. Just when I can no longer bear the silence, I figured to step out from behind the gates. He's an old squirrely man with a set of glasses which slip down his hooked nose. He wears a faded and wrinkled open robe.
Elder Isom.
Yes? Who is it?
I am Amelia Estelle from the Mage Academy, and these are my associates.
Oh,
The Mage Academy, you say?
he adjusts the glasses on his nose and peers at Amelia.
Yes. Yes.
One by one, he peers at the rest of us. He barely glanced at Zach, but looks at Lenia with interest when he recognizes her guild emblem. Finally, his gaze lingers on me almost as if he's trying to place me, but can't.
Well, come on in then. No point in standing around.
Excuse me. Alright. The guards break away as he beckons us, and the translucent shimmers disappear. After we pass through the gate, I look back before the gate closes and see the guards resume their original position. Elder Ismail shuffles along the dirt path and leads us through the quaint village. The villagers tend to wear plain and loose-fitting tunics. Aside from the guards, most people don't carry weapons, although many of them do wear simple bracelets embedded with crystals. We soon arrived at this strangely architecturally stable thing. Oh, excuse me. As we entered, I covertly touched the walls. Covertly. Ooh, hello. It reminds me of unglazed ceramic tiles. We settled down a wide cushions on floors.
How were you able to find this place?
Through you.
Eh?
Amelia points out a worn tome. Where has she been keeping that this whole time?
My old research. I thought I'd lost this.
As Zelda examining carefully turn the pages of the tome, Liliana clears her throat.
We were told you can help us.
By whom?
Professor Xavier.
Elder Isla lets out a loud laugh.
Xavier is a professor now. Good for him. I've been out of touch with Haven God and Lumia for many years. I'm not sure how I can help.
Linian feels him and all that's happened so far, beginning with the spiked energy readings and ending with Professor Xavier's advice. She keeps the story simple and straight, to the point, carefully eliminating the facts that I am not from this world. Elder Ismail listens to thoughtfully, but grows more excited the longer Linia talks.
The temporal rifts. It's been so long since I really researched them. I'm afraid I've been rather distracted. Still, someone is here hoping to discuss these theories, and I'm more than happy to talk about them.
He claps his hand excitedly.
Where should we start?
As I'm about to answer, a deep rumble beneath the earth stops me. What was that?
Oh, just the volcano. Nothing to worry about.
That. I trust you. That's what they said about Pompeii. Oh my god. Oh my god. Rip us. let me quick say this. The jokes are real in this game, man. The jokes are fucking real. Like, oh my goodness. Excuse me. I trust you. That's what they said about Pompeii. That is true, actually. Rip us. Alright. No, I don't think they will get that. Alright, I'll trust you. Whatever. Okay. Elder Isim's demeanor remains relaxed. If something bad were to happen, he wouldn't be acting this way, right? I exchange glances with the rest of my group. Lania looks perturbed while Amelia and Zach both stay on alert. At least, I'm not the only one who's uneasy.
There's no need to look so concerned. The volcano will not erupt. This is the first sign of activity it has shown in thousands of years.
Isn't that concerning?
Perhaps if it were any other volcano, but this particular volcano is in the domain of the fire elemental who protects us all.
Huh.
This fire elemental of which you speak, are you referencing the ancients?
Precisely.
Zack crosses his arms.
The ancients are only a story.
Who are the ancients?
They are the elements of Asaria. The magic which we have learned to manipulate are the gifts left behind from the ancients.
That's how the legend goes.
You are mistaken. They are not a legend.
Lena looks uncertain while Zack scrolls.
You still believe in those stories?
I believe in the research, and Elder Ism has accumulated plenty of it.
Then where have the elementals been all this time?
We all return our focus to the Elder.
I suppose I do have a few theories on that as well. But the elements are a lot trickier than temporal rifts.
I like this voice actor, honestly. I really do. He sounds really perfect with this character.
The story of the ancients is so old it predates our understanding of crystals and spheres. That's why most societies have forgotten about them and brushed them off as a legend. The people in this village, though, have not forgotten. When I arrived, I was purely focused on finding the fire temple for research purposes. But the longer I stayed, the more my focus strayed from the temporal rifts to the ancients themselves. If you believe that the cause of those random energy spikes are the result of temporal rifts, perhaps that is the link to the return of the elementals to Asaria.
So, what does that mean exactly? He shook his head.
It's hard to say. We don't know why they left in the first place. My guess is that something was keeping them occupied in the spirit world. Perhaps whatever that is was set free by the rifts.
Amelia hangs on to Elder Islam's every word. Lena is absentmindedly fiddles with her manipulator. Deep in thought, only Zack seems skeptical of this conversation. This sounds really complicated, and not something that can be solved in a few hours. We need to go get back on track. How do I get home? To get back to the original topic on hand, Elder Islam nods.
The temporal rifts, yes.
How would one go about creating a rift?
Well, that will be difficult. You'll need an incredible amount of energy. More than any one human can create. The only places with that much concentration of energy is in the temples of the elementals.
You said that there was one in the village.
Yes, the fire temple is here in Ember Mist.
Great. Excuse me. My body grows warm as hope floods through my veins. This is good. I finally have a way home.
To be more precise, it's on the outskirts of the village, built on the side of the volcano, but it's not a far walk.
Then that's where we need to go.
Lena pushes herself to her feet, and the rest of us do the same. As Elder Ismail rises, his face falls.
Leaving so soon? I was hoping we'd have a longer chance to chat. I have so many questions about Illumia and the Academy. As you can imagine, one does not get a lot of news of the outside world here.
Perhaps upon our return.
Yes, of course. Well, you best be on your way then.
Elder Ism, it was truly an honor to meet you.
Amelia's cheeks flushed as Elder Islam grins. She really must respect him. In that moment, I realized just how small and dainty she looks. I sometimes forget how young she is compared to the rest of us. We all say our goodbyes and then exit the hut. Transition. Once outside, we scan the horizon, trying to orient ourselves towards the volcano.
Excuse me.
Kara Nora? Oh. I rolled around and come face to face with a woman wearing just enough fabric to cover her essentials and nothing more. Her long brown hair is tied up. Excuse me. Freaking chair. Her long brown hair is tied up in a ponytail which falls down on her neck, which is framed by an ample chest. Don't look at that boobs. The plot it thickens. Who are you? Oh my god, come on. Who are you? Before I have a chance to speak, Zack asks the questions on everyone's mind.
Who are you?
Zack steps in front of Amelia, who frowns steps away. I guess he's taking his bodyguard business really seriously. Linnea holds herself stiffly, ready to move if necessary. The woman salutes.
Cara Noir, treasure hunter extraordinaire.
Huh. Zack narrows his eyes.
What do you want with us?
Well, I couldn't help but overhear that you're interested in the fire temple.
How did you hear us when we were inside?
It's a hut. She taps her nose knowingly.
I have very sensitive hearing.
I fail to understand how our interests are of relevance to you.
I was just getting to that. You see, I've come to offer an extension of friendship.
Oh gosh. She's a con. Both Linnea and Zack raises an eyebrow.
Or at least an extension of mutual benefit.
Okay.
It's true that the villagers maintain the fire temple, but from what I've discovered, they are unaware of the temple's secret passage. If you're interested in the energy of the temple, I can guarantee that's where you'll find it.
If the villagers don't know about the secret passage, how did you find it?
It's all a part of the treasure hunting gig. You have to be looking for it to find it.
Kara winks and gives us a thumbs up.
The best part is that I've already disarmed or made a note of most of the traps in there.
There are traps in this temple?
The temples are a sanctuary for the elementals, but any place that is easily accessible is sure to attract all types. There are measures set in place to protect the spirit from those who wish to harm it.
Like I said, I've disarmed most of the traps, but not all. There is one magical barrier at the end of the tunnel which I've not yet been able to pass. I don't have magic, but you do.
She gestures to Linnea and Amelia.
If you can magic that barrier away, then that's at least one step closer to finding your energy.
Zack crosses his arms and glares at Kara.
How does that benefit you?
She grins.
All I'm interested in are the artifacts and relics. From the sounds of it, you guys are more interested in something else, hence mutually beneficial. So, what do you think?
I look to the rest of the group wordless. We huddle closely together and whisper. I don't trust her. There's plenty of reasons to join. Does it really matter? Let me quick save this. I mean, to be honest, this kind of does sound sketchy in a way. Like, if the villagers don't know, but she says she's supposedly, like, a adventurer, knows a couple of ways, so I don't know. I'll just put, I don't trust her, fuck it. I don't know if we can trust her. I mean, she's conveniently overheard our conversation.
Like I said, I happen to have very keen hearing.
I glance sharply at her as she winks at me.
I must concede that I am impressed by her resourcefulness. It is plainly evident that she is not a native to Embermist, which means she somehow discerned the location on her own.
That's a really good point. Linnea looks thoughtful.
As a treasure hunter, her tracking skills could come in handy in the future.
We all stare at Zack. He shrugs.
Do what you want.
That sounds like a yes to me. Zack doesn't respond. He just fixes his sternly gaze on me.
So, does this mean we're agreed to join up with Kara?
We all nod. Pongo sits in the middle of the circle and blinks happily. Where do you even go when you're hiding?
Let's go tell Kara.
Oh my god. Alright. We turned away and Kara stands right behind Linnea. Her face was only inches away. Linnea lets out a startled gasp. Jeez, what is she? Some kind of ninja? Kinda looks like it. Kara rubs her hands excitedly.
All right, this will be fun.
Wait, we didn't give you our answer yet.
Oh, sorry.
She steps back and gestures for Linnea to continue. Linnea speaks awkwardly. I guess she feels a little silly saying what Kara somehow already knows.
Well, we decided to take you up on your offer.
Kara nods.
Excellent. Since we're going to be working together, first things first. You all know my name, but I don't know yours.
I'm Leanna.
Mage Knight from the guild?
She nods.
I am Amelia Estelle. I'm Mage Caster from the Mage Academy.
Kara blinks.
A mage caster? You look like just a teenager.
Amelia cocks her head to the side.
It is natural that my physical appearance would represent my age.
She looks at Amelia with respect.
That is pretty impressive. Who's next?
She looks at Zach.
Zach.
She chuckles.
Very clearly a mercenary.
And I'll walk up. Her green eyes study me, and although she's very clearly examining me, I don't feel uncomfortable under her stare.
Now that that's out of the way.
Boy.
Kara steps back and views the pongo by my feet.
You have a bongo! How cute!
She reaches down and pats him on the head. He beams at her touch.
And what's your name?
Hi.
She glances at the rest of us, but none of us makes a move to answer.
Oh, is he not a part of your group?
He is. Sort of.
And you haven't named him yet?
That is a good point. Lena and I shuffle uncomfortably. Zach remains unchanged while Amelia frowns.
A pongo is a wild creature.
Kara straightens and pats Amelia on the head, much her dismay.
If you say so. Okay, are we ready to get going?
We murmur our assets, and then Kara leads us out of the city. Transition. As we walked another anonymous rebels. I can't do this anymore. Fuck it. Anonymous sends butterflies into my stomach. I can't shake off the feeling that we are literally walking into a fire. Excuse me. I glanced to the other, who seemed unfazed. I guess it's just me. Pushing my insecurities down, I silently follow the group towards the temple. Just as Elder Isam noted, the temple is a short walk out of the village on a well-worn dirt path. The road is mostly empty, with only one or two travelers coming back towards the village. The temple is open structure with a worn fire in the middle of the ground. Oh shit. High columns with flames carved into them hold up the building. Adorning the stone's walls are beautifully tiled mosaics. There's one wall with some strange symbols scratched on them. They're very faded, and I have to squint to make it out. From what I can make out, 4 symbols surround a darkness in the square, with a line of a fire enclosing the perimeter, trapping the darkness in the center. I wonder what that is. Emily glances over the bin, peers the carving.
Those symbols represent each of the magical elements.
She points to each one.
There is fire, water, earth, and wind.
Convenient. She points to the center.
And that is shadow.
I never considered shadow as an element before.
It is one of the elemental magics.
Kara, Zach, and Lenya have already moved on to the rest of us, hustle to catch up. Beside us, the only people are the people in the temple or the monks who care for it. They're dressed in a woven red robe, in the same open and loosened style as the villagers from Embermist. Quietly, they shuffle back and forth, sweeping the floor and relighting any of the smaller fires, which they burned low.
Hi.
The pongo looks around in wonder and reverence at the sight of the giant flame. He squeaks and hops on to me, claiming his spot on my shoulder. Kara bows briefly before the large flames, then leads us to the back of the chamber. And steps in front of an empty wall.
We're here.
Secret passage. Maybe we made a mistake letting her join us. Let me quick save this. I'd say secret passage. Kara might be a little out there, but I don't get the impression that she's stupid. There must be more to a wall than first meets the eye. Is this a mechanism hidden somewhere which triggers a doorway? Kara's eyes glitter.
Bingo.
Oh god. With her gaze fixed on us, Kara pushes on the brick and the segment. The swing is open. She waves at the opening with a flourish.
Ta-da!
How did you know which brick to push
It
in?
usually depends, but in this case, there's one brick that sticks out slightly more than the others. If you weren't looking for it, you won't see it.
She heads through the opening and pushes the wall closed behind us. Transition. Then she leads us down a winding stone stairway, which ends at the beginning of a narrow passage. We file in behind her as she carefully picks her way down the hall. Oh shit. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna probably get water again. Wait a minute. Where the frick is it? I know it's in none. Oh, it was here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh my god. Freaking spam.
Let's just do this.
Seriously. Spam, of course. Hey, lovely video. Feel free for view. No, get out of here. Stop it with your spamming. Hate that. It's a very plain stone hallway with the wall scorn sliding the way. It looks. I really like the art style this way. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I look down at my feet and notice a brick with an X marked on it. Step on it. Avoid it. Avoid it. I have a feeling the X didn't make its way on the stone by itself. I better not touch it. Gingerly, I step around the brick a few feet away. I spot another X. Is anyone else seeing the random X's? Kara glances back.
I should hope so. I left those there so as not to set off the same traps again.
Oh. Makes sense. We resume walking. The deeper we travel, the more X's I notice. Wow, there are a lot of traps in here. Zack pauses in front of the corridor where the walls are covered in X's.
Why are there so many X's on this wall?
Kara looks down in the same passageway.
Oh, it's a two-part trap.
Excuse me. She points to the stone on the ground with the same X marking.
Basically, if you step on the ground stone, it triggers thick bars to shoot out from all the X's in the wall and block the path.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Only if you know how to limbo. The bars have something keeping them hot and will burn you if you touch it.
Ooh. Okay, that sounds worse.
And you were able to cross that?
Kara winks.
I am very limber.
Zack looks at Kara with interest. Amelia looks between Zack and Kara.
Based on the dilation of Zack's pupils, it appears that Kara's flexibility is attractive to him.
Zack is taken aback.
I was just thinking that it's a useful skill set to have.
Oh, don't be like that, Zack. Kara has a mischievous glint in her eyes.
Useful skill set to have. In what context?
Zack
For
frowns.
scouting and navigating. You've done a thorough job mapping this place out and marking the traps.
Linnea looks amused.
Was that a compliment?
He glares at Linnea.
No, an observation.
Kara smiles playfully.
Then thank you for the observation.
Zack falls into silence before turning away. I think that's the most I've ever seen him do. Talk in 30-second span. We continue through the tunnels. Eventually, she stops in front of another well of fire in the middle of the hall.
The barrier's here.
She gestures at the swirling metallic wall behind the wall. Well. The way that it glitters as it wisps and curls almost looks like a fire. Linnea and Amelia steps closer and inch their hands in front of them before gingerly touching the barrier.
It's surprisingly solid for something that looks so gaseous. Maybe there's some wind magic interwoven with whatever other magic is here.
The Pongo hops forward with the stars in his eyes.
Hi.
Go for it, little buddy. He dashes straight to the barrier.
Pongo, wait!
I stretched out my arm and raced after him. Pongo, no! Instead of running into the wall, the Pongo passes straight through and out of sight. Why, cruel world? How did he go through? Stay calm. I'll just say, how did he get through? How was he able to get through if none of us can? Kara gaps wide-eyed at the barrier.
I have no idea.
No! Pongo!
Lena looks equally shocked, but for a completely different reason.
We have to find a way to save him! Who knows what could have happened to him when he went through?
She presses up against the barrier and calls out again.
Pongo?
Hi.
A blue head pops out of the barrier. What? He hops out to the rest of the way out.
Boy, boy.
Lena scoops him up in a hug.
Pongo! You're back safe!
Boy.
After a second, the Pongo wiggles out of it, her arms and rushes back over to me. Lena pouts, then refocuses on the barrier. Amelia places both of her hands back on the barrier while Lena holds out her manipulator.
Whatever is beyond this wall hosts a plethora of energy.
Lena nods.
My manipulator confirms that. No wonder the Pongo ran in there.
Zack continues to hang back and observe, but Kara steps closer to the barrier.
But how did he even pass through?
Lena shrugs. Amelia continues studying the wall, moving her hand up and down.
I do not recognize this magic.
Oh no. She frowns, deeply disturbed.
Is there anything you can do to break it?
Let's see.
Lena and Amelia both put their hands on the barrier, their manipulators glowing. They each transmit pulses of magic, which disperse across the surface in a shimmering wave. I think they're trying to create a stress fracture to create the wall. After a few tries, Lena sighs in frustration, then steps back.
Amelia, stand back.
Excuse me. She wordlessly obeys. Lena gathers the energy in her gauntlet, then strikes the barrier with an empowered strike. Suddenly, golden letters formed on the barrier. Absolve your world to enter mine. What does that mean? No one answers. Amelia steps forward and focuses on the well of flickering flame.
If I am interpreting this message
okay.
correctly, we must part with our most precious possession, our world, and throw it in the fire.
Lenia nods thoughtfully.
Kind of like we're freeing ourselves.
Kara's face drains of color, and she clutches at her pack.
Are you sure?
Yes,
We stand around awkwardly until Lenia clears her throat.
If that's what we need to do, then it seems easy enough. I'll go first.
Please let me go first. Yeah, I'll just do that. We're doing this for me. I should be the one to go first. Lenia blinks, but I step up to the fire before she can object. What do I choose? Wallet? My what? Are you fucking kidding me? let me fucking quick say this. I guess playing cards, since whatever. I mean, we do need the wallet when we need to get back. Pongo, no, my waifu, but that's funny. I fished inside my pockets and grabbed my playing cards. I've had a lot of good memories with these cards. They helped me break the ice with every move I made. I know I can't count on them whenever the words fail me. Reluctantly, I tossed them into the fire and watched the flames lapped it up. Then I steeled my resolve and stepped forward. Just as I reached the barrier, I slammed painfully into it. Ow! Well, that didn't work.
You sure messed that up.
Can I do it again? Car shrugs.
Normally you only get one chance for these things, but it's not like you've got anything to lose by trying again.
I guess my wallet. I fished out my pocket and grabbed my wallet. My entire identity is in here. My license, student ID, and credit cards. The thought of the pardon makes my chest hurts. Reluctantly, I tossed it into the fire and watched the flame lap it up. I steal my resolve and slowly step forward. Wow, really? As I cross through, I feel the tingle of energy and hear the crackle of electricity. There is a bright light binding my vision, and I have a flashback of my crossing to Tyria. My foot lands on the solid ground. I pass through the barrier unharmed. Gradually, my eyes adjust the dim light, and I see that I'm in a cozy room. Who the fuck is that? In the middle of the room is a fox. Who is this? Oh my god, are you kidding me? What the fuck? Who is this fox goddess? Who is this elf fox god? What the fuck? Who is this goddess? In the middle of the room is a fox who swishes its tail as it observes me. Besides, it is a beautiful woman with a flaming red hair. Her delicate hand rests on top of the fox's head. As I looked over, her gaze lands on me. Who are you? Oh, she's smiling? What? Transition. To be continued. No way! Oh my god, so this is the end of the demo, dude? Wow. Wow, this took a long ass time, honestly. For a long demo, this is pretty good. I cannot wait to play the rest of this whenever this comes out. Wow. This was really a good demo. This really was a good demo. I can't wait for it, and I don't know if I will go back for the continuation of the stories. What's it called? Mini games. Dots. I mean, I could just title this as demo, to be honest. Hello! Thank you for playing the Crystalline demo. We hoped you enjoyed it. You can continue your adventure by purchasing the full game. All your existing save slots will be automatically transferred. Thanks again. We hope to see you in the next chapter of Crystalline. Oh, wow. Oh, there's Pongo and there's the other goddesses. Okay, we're gonna purchase this because I want to play the fuck out of this game now. Like, seriously. Actually, not now, but like, still. Is it coming out on Steam or is there a website? Well, there you guys have it, guys. That's the end of the demo of Crystalline. So, without further ado, guys, I hope you guys have a good night, good evening, good morning, wherever from. So, peace out and sayonara, guys. Bye-bye.